What's going on, everybody? This is Afro Think Tank. Imagine being told that God said it was okay to steal your land and steal you, the transatlantic slave trade. Imagine the God that you currently worship now. A lot of you worship this God, right? But this God that you worship said it was okay to enslave you, said that you would benefit from enslavement, said that removing you and your people from your homeland and removing all of the things that you've accomplished, killing your people, destroying your culture, enslaving you, and working and forcing you to work for white people was the word of God. Imagine that. But you really don't have to, because that's exactly what happened. If you're a Christian, you worship your enslaver God. That's what makes it so sadistic to have African American Christians, because you're worshiping your slaver God. Your enslaver God is the last chain around your neck for most African people in America. Because your grandmama was Christian, because your grandmama was Christian, because your grandmama was Christian, because she was forced to be Christian, because that white slave owner stuck that curated Bible in them Africans who were enslaved face and said, listen, when I beat you, it's because I love you. When I enslave you, it's because I love you. Yeah, you're a subhuman, and I'm superior to you. But God told me to take care of you like my pet, as long as you work for me. When I hurt you, don't hit me back. That's wrong. God said don't do that. When they put us on them ships, they had the nerve to have Christian names. Jesus brought us over here to America. Jesus, right? You know how many Africans died in the belly of Jesus? How many black women you think was raped in the bowels of Jesus by those white men before it got over here? And we still worship our enslaver God, while the people who enslaved us. You still worship a white deity. No amount of turning him white, turning him black is going to change that he's a white deity created by white people to enslave you, right? And it's so ridiculous that it was a legal document that just recently, within your lifetime, and you're about to find out, just got overturned. That's how insane it is. You see, the religions that you worship and that you're willing to die for, that you're willing to pick over your people and your culture, that religion made it doctrine that you were cattle. And only just recently did they decide that that was wrong. Imagine that. But you're going to learn today. You're going to learn today, and you're going to have to do better tomorrow. All right? Anyway, you guys tell me what you think in the comment section. This is Afro Think Tank. Learn something, teach something. I'm out.
Imagine being told that God himself authorized the theft of your land, the enslavement of your people, and the destruction of your civilization. That document exists, and it was written in 1452, and it wasn't formally disavowed until 2023. In 1452, Pope Nicholas V issued Dum Diversas, authorizing the Portuguese crown to invade Africa, seize its lands, and reduce its people to perpetual slavery. In 1455, he expanded those powers to cover all lands Portugal had seized and would seize. In 1493, Pope Alexander VI extended the same permission to Spain, drawing a line across the Atlantic and dividing the so-called non-Christian world between two European kingdoms. This was the doctrine of discovery. Any land not inhabited by Christians was free to be invaded and exploited. Its people had no rights a Christian was bound to respect. But this wasn't a theological statement. It was a business arrangement. Portugal and Spain didn't come to the Vatican for moral guidance. They came for permission to get rich. Through the Patronato Real, the crowns funneled a percentage of every colonized territory's resources back to the church. The more they seized, the more they enslaved, the wealthier they became. This wasn't the voice of God. It was the voice of greed dressed in the robes of God. They didn't need to believe it was true. They just needed the paperwork. What followed is beyond counting. Millions killed, millions more destroyed by famine, forced labor, debt, and deliberate poverty. The death toll didn't end when the colonizers left. It continued through IMF policies, rigged trade agreements, and the suppression of African sovereignty. It continues today because the powers responsible have never intended to dismantle the system that funds their place in the world. The doctrine of discovery made it all possible, not by making men monsters, but by making Africans something less than men. The killing didn't require cruelty, it required belief. On March 30th, 2023, 571 years after the first papal bull, the Vatican formally repudiated the doctrine of discovery, said the documents had been manipulated for political purposes. Manipulated. That's the word that they chose for 600 years of African genocide, slavery, and theft. The church today holds assets worth trillions, built on tithes, slave plantations, and a percentage of every resource their papal bulls unlocked. They wrote the doctrine, they collected the dividends, and when they finally admitted it was wrong, they didn't return a single dollar. They just stopped claiming it was God's idea. And if you didn't know, now you know.
Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! Free Sudan! Boycott diamonds and gold! We most definitely cannot forget about the people of Sudan!
Thanks for watching Afro Think Tank. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And follow me on Substack and Patreon for more content. Remember, it's Pan-Africanism or nothing.